Kelsey. This is my channel, The Fancy Hat Lady Reads. I am wearing one of my fancy booktube hats, and today I'm bringing you my January TBR. So my plan is for the majority of the things that I read in January to be for the second round of Tome Infinity and Beyond, which is a readathon hosted by Megan from the channel Tome Infinity. I will link her announcement video down below. Round 1 was, I think, a 2-week readathon, but round 2 is a month-long readathon, and it's a much more elaborate thing. Well, round 1 was elaborate too, but this is logistically complicated. This is a sci-fi themed readathon, and in the first round, there was like a map, and we were leaving destroyed Earth on a spaceship to find a home somewhere else in the solar system. This round, we are building a space civilization in our new home that we found during round 1, or wherever we go to from Earth if we are just now jumping in and didn't participate in round 1. I am on Saturn. There are lots of tiers to this challenge. So the first tier is to hit a set of challenges for like basic survival and then like small settlements, all the way up to like advanced modern society and a galactic empire. To help you this round, it's a month-long readathon. You can double up books for the challenges, and you can buddy with someone who is on the same planet as you or can get there, and together you can split the challenges between you. So I have buddied with Joe from Final Blow Joe for round 2 of Tome Infinity. I'll link his channel down below. And between us, we are hoping to go for the full galactic empire, which we shall rule with our iron fists. That said, I have some fantasy books that are carrying over from last month that I still really want to get to this month, even though they don't fit the sci-fi challenge, and that I'm just not willing to put off another month until February. The 2 books I'm in the middle of right now are The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman and A Conspiracy of Truths by Alexandra Rowland. Now, The Golden Compass is part of a read-along for the entire His Dark Materials trilogy that Rhea from The Bookfinch is hosting. I'll link the Goodreads group for that down below. And we were supposed to be reading this book in December and the next book in January. So I have sort of admitted that I am lagging behind on this, but if I have time, I might try to read The Subtle Knife as well. And then the 2 that I haven't gotten to that I really wanted to read by the end of December and don't want to put off anymore are The Winter of the Witch by Catherine Arden, coming out in like a week, and Winter Rose by Patricia A. McKillop, which is going to be the final book from my batch of 5-star TBR predictions that I started in on in November. So that left me thinking, oh, with all of the fantasy books still on my plate, how am I going to conquer a galactic empire in January? Joe and I have a spreadsheet, and things are subject to change as to which challenges we're each reading which books for. So this list of books that is my tentative TBR for Tome Infinity is subject to change, but I have tried to pick shorter things that cover a lot of challenges. So first, a high priority for me, because I have it out from the library, is Gods, Monsters, and the Lucky Peach by Kelly Robson, which is a Tor.com novella, so it is pretty short. This is a time travel story about a scientist from the future who goes back to like ancient civilization times to study the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. Next, I have The Lathe of Heaven by Ursula K. Le Guin, which I know has some like weird dream stuff in it, and so that definitely intrigues me. This displaced The Dispossessed on my TBR because it is shorter and I could kind of make it hit more of the challenges based on what I know about it. I have been trying to stick The Dispossessed onto TBRs of mine for like months now, and I still haven't read it, so bad on me. Then I have The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams, which I expect to be short and funny. One of the more like big serious adult novels on my TBR though is Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel, which is extremely high priority for me because at this point this is one of the books that has been on my TBR for the longest, that I have owned for the longest, unread. And it's just nonsense at this point that I haven't read this book. And then the last print book that I have looks chunky, but I expect it to be a quick read because it is middle grade, and if we open to a good page, heavily illustrated, and that is A Hero for Wandla by Toni DiTerlizzi, which is the second book in the Wandla trilogy. I really liked the first book, The Search for Wandla, which I read like 2 years ago at this point. And I've owned the second two books since then. I bought them both soon after that, and so I need to read this before I forget what happened in book one. And then the last thing that I would kind of like to read that I also expect to be a big serious adult novel is on my Kindle, and that's An Unkindness of Ghosts by Rivers Solomon. This was one that I read the first chapter of in my Hugo Voter Packet Try a Chapter tag back before the Hugo Awards, and I liked it enough that I really wanted to continue with it, but I haven't had the time to do that yet. I am hoping that this will be the opportunity. So there you have it. That's a rough TBR for the month of January for me. Let me know if you're taking part in Tome Infinity. Let me know if you are trying to go for the full galactic empire. Anyhow, I hope you're having a nice day. That is all. Bye for now.